Hello everyone, this is Rajni and I make bookish content on this channel. If you want to see more creative content from me, do like this video and subscribe to my channel. Also, click that bell icon over there to get notifications when I upload new content. Today, I have a very special list over here. The list I have consists of 5 books and all these 5 books revolve around India. India is a country which has grown over the last 74 years to become what it is today. And for the same, I have a list of books that talk more about India on what it was before independence, what it was during independence, and what it is after independence. So let's dive into the video and see the list of these 5 books. The first book that I will be talking about today is A Train to Pakistan by Khushwant Singh. This book talks about a small village called Mano Majra and how the entire population of this small village consists of Sikhs and Muslims. One fine day, this small village found a train in its station, and the train was filled with murdered Hindus. Well, the Sikhs thought that it was the act of the Muslims and they took revenge on them. The Muslims fought back, retaliating because it wasn't their fault. The entire village turns into a place of religious hate and it creates more issues, especially during the partition. I would definitely ask you to check this book out if you want to know more about how religious feud actually began. The next book that I would like to talk about today is Midnight's Children by Salman Rushdie. Salman Rushdie was born in the year 1947 and this book is the perfect example of his penmanship. The story revolves around the children who were born a few hours before and a few hours after the independence of India. All these children have a gifted power and that is special magical powers. Each person has a different power. And the protagonist of this story over here tells us what India is in the next 30 years of his life and what India has become in those 30 years. The story can be a little confusing at times because he actually shifts from the various time in which he's talking about. Sometimes it's about his past, sometimes it's about his future. It can get a little bit confusing. The first time I read this book was when I was 13 and I found it pretty hard to follow through the book. But when I read this book a few months ago, I realized that it wasn't all that complex. It just needs a lot of dedication to read the entire book because it can get a little bit confusing. But this book is definitely a good read and this is why this book is on my list. The third book that I will be talking about today is Freedom at Midnight by Dominic Lapierre and Larry Collins. This book is actually very special. It is rather a historic book, to be honest. The story begins in 1946 when Lord Mountbatten came to India to be the last serving Viceroy of India. And the book ends with the assassination of Gandhi in 1948. But the period between 1946 and 1948 that both the authors have covered is tremendous. They've got to find the minute details such as why the partition was caused, who drew the partition line, on what basis this partition line was drawn, etc. It tells us more about the struggles that the citizens of both the countries, that is Pakistan and India, faced during the partition and what they faced after the partition. It also tells us more about what India was immediately after independence. The special part about this book is there is an interview of Lord Mountbatten in this book, and that's why I like this book because it has historic edge and gives us the minute details that a lot of books or even history textbooks in our Indian curriculum do not offer. The next book that is on my list is India After Gandhi, the history of the world's largest democracy, Ramachandra Guha. Ramachandra Guha has done a tremendous work with this book. The way he's spoken about how India is right now after independence, the various strategies the governments have taken for India, starting from Jawaharlal Nehru to Indira Gandhi and so on and so forth. The amount of details that this book gives us on the struggles that India faced to rise up, all of them were actually pretty interesting and tells us more about the country that we live in. It also tells us more about how politics is based on caste, on religion. This is an amazing book. If I have to add more, This book is a 900-page long book, but when I read through it, I didn't feel it was a 900-page book at all. And this book is an award winner. It won the Sahitya Academy Award in 2011, and it won the Book of the Year by The Economist in the year 2007. Do I need to tell more about this book? And the last book that I will be talking about today is Tamas by Bhisham Sahni. Well, this book is actually a memoir, or what Bhisham Sahni actually saw with his own eyes. The story is actually seen from the eyes of Natu, who's a very gullible sweeper. He was deceived into killing a pig and cutting into it by a Muslim politician. This pig was placed very appropriately in front of a mosque. The Muslims were enraged by this and lashed out on the Hindus and the Sikhs and started killing hundreds of them. Well, the Hindus and Sikhs didn't keep quiet either. They started killing every Muslim they came in contact with or they could find. And this created no harmony amongst themselves. When this is the story of what happened between the people of various religions, especially during partition, it was a very important incident in the life of Bhisham Sahni. I would say that this book has been so beautifully written that it kept me hooked to the book at every page. This book is indeed a must read, and it tells us more about what the people suffered and how innocent lives were killed for nothing. So these are the list of 5 books that I have for all of you. In case you want to know more about India, please go ahead and read these books. I have listed the link for all of these books right down below in the description box. And if you want more content from me, do like my video and subscribe to my channel. And click that bell icon right beside the subscribe button so that you get notified every time I put up new content.